Hi! When life gives you lemons, you have a couple of options, but my personal favorite is to take a huge bite. Let's get into that crunch. I love it. Let's get into that dessert. I was really excited making this, and they were absolutely perfect. These are realistic lemon mousse desserts, and inside they have an amazing lemon curd that's absolutely delicious. The outside is white chocolate. They're super easy to make and would impress anybody. So let's go ahead and make them. This is so good. I had some leftover mousse from these passion mousse cakes that I shared on my channel. I will leave the link down below, and the link will also pop up above. So since I had some leftover mousse, I also had some leftover coulis. I decided to try out a new dessert. Basically mixed together some heavy cream, some gelatin, some sugar, some lemon rind and lemon juice, and I poured that over some white chocolate, allowed this to cool, and once it was nice and cool, I was able to whip it up into a nice, smooth, silky, tangy lemon mousse. To make it more lemony and zesty and fresh, I did add the rind of lemons, allowed it to cool, then whipped it up until it was nice and fluffy. Once that was done, this is where things get so interesting. I wanted to mimic the real shape of a lemon with the ridges and everything else, so I decided to make a mold out of an actual lemon. I made this mold out of gelatin because it's food safe and you can reuse it. I do know that you can get these molds online on Amazon, but how shipping is set up in my country, it's gonna take about 2 weeks and it's a bit expensive. But with gelatin, I know that it's food safe, you can easily reuse it, so it's cheap and I can make anything that I want. I'll be sharing how I make these molds as I perfect the recipe. I've also used it to make the berry cube dessert. The link will pop up above, you can check it out. I really enjoyed making that berry dessert because they're trending right now, and I see why, because they're gorgeous. After my mold was ready, I mixed together some white chocolate with some yellow and blue color, and I kept comparing it to the lemon to make sure I had the perfect color. Poured in the white chocolate into my mold, and I did 2 coats, letting it cool and chill in the fridge for about 20 minutes to allow it to set. Once it was done, I was ready to unmold, and this part was super exciting because, guys, you don't know what's happening inside until you unmold. I did do this a couple of times. As you can see, that first one does have a hole. So I repeated this process a couple of times until I had my perfect shells. Again, the beauty about this mold is you can reuse it. You can make any shape that you want. The second one though, absolutely perfect. I love how it captured the texture of the lemon, not only the shape, but also the texture, making it more and more realistic. Set aside your molds to use next time for your next project. And now let's get into filling the chocolate shells. I filled this in with the lemon mousse that we had made earlier, and I also have some leftover passion and lemon coulis from the passion mousse cake recipe. Check out that video for more details on how to make the coulis inserts. They're absolutely worth it. So I continued and filled in the shells, added the insert, because they create this kind of a surprise once you bite into the lemon. Finally, I had to make this more and more realistic, so I decided to go in with my paints. For the painting, I'm using some powdered food color. I find that powdered food color attaches better to the chocolate than gel or watercolors, and I'm using some lemon extract or some alcohol to be able to dissolve the powdered colors. Slowly by slowly, layering the colors together, the dark green, the dark orange, a bit of blue to bring in the shadows, and I keep comparing it to the real lemon to be able to get a match that is as close as possible. I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the painting like I did. I'd love to hear from you guys what challenges you'd like me to take up next time, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.